hypnotic suggestions. How long do they last? How long can they last? There are some folks that feel like that believe that a post-hypnotic suggestion is just pretty much going to wear off, depending on the situation, circumstances, when it was given, and all that. You know, it's just going to wear off once the event, the stimulating factor to create it, is no longer really an active thing in that person's life. Now, people have different ideas about that. Some people say it'll last. Some people say it won't last. So I'm just going to share with you my experience. And I would say that if you put a time frame on it, then it will adhere to the time frame. It has to adhere to the time frame because you're giving the instructions, and as long as your person is deep enough, those instructions will be followed. So what am I talking, like a year? Well, if you put in reinforcements, like every time they touch a doorknob or whatever in their regular waking state consciousness, then by God, every time they touch a doorknob, that post-hypnotic suggestion will be reinforced. But I'm going to talk about something now that I didn't even consciously try to reinforce. And, it goes like this. Back around the same time that I was doing those experiments on that woman that I was married to, I was also, experimenting on myself. And I created a room, okay? I read a book, and it took me through the steps of learning self-hypnosis. And I created this room, by walking down some stairs. And in the book, it had me very definitely furnish the room, put paintings on the wall, things like that. I mean, if I wanted to, furnish it, fix it up, do whatever I wanted to with it in any way I wanted to. It just turns out that I did put paintings on the wall and just stuff in the room. I populated it with stuff. Now, back around that time period, I had some definite challenges going on. I was going through some personal struggles, things like that, at the same time. And that did manage to disrupt the hypnotic experimentation I was doing, the self-hypnosis and all that. Definitely disrupted it. I got divorced and everything. But before I hit that point, before I hit the point where my experiments were disrupted, I had created this nice little room that I could pop into anytime I wanted. I got it down to like I think it was like a 3-to-1 or a 5-to-1 count, and I was leaning towards just going there instantaneously just by having the thought. But at this time I was still using a self countdown. And anyway, so everything got disrupted, and I didn't do anything again with hypnosis for about, in the sense of experimentation, self-experimentation, probably for about 15 or 20 years. And interestingly enough, the first thing I did when I thought about it was to bring myself back to the room. Now, it had been a very long time, so I certainly, well, let's just say that I was very surprised when I walked into the room and it was exactly as I'd left it. I had consciously forgotten really everything about the room except how to get there. And I found the paintings on the wall, I found the couch, I found the different aspects of the room, and I mean, I'm looking around at it, marveling and in awe that, I mean, what a mind trip. It had been so many years. All I remembered was there was a room I used to visit that I liked, and I remembered how to get there. And then when I went there, I'm looking around at it, and I'm remembering all these aspects to it. So, and that wasn't even a post-hypnotic suggestion that I put into place and spent time reinforcing. That was just a place that I created, and it was waiting for me when I went back. Now, what kind of sucks? Here, I'll tell you what kind of sucks. Okay, so I went back there. I felt very happy about that, really good about it. It was amazing to me. And then I get the thought, I made this room, once upon a time, a long, long time ago. Well, maybe I want to make some changes. Yeah. So I dismantled it. I disassembled it. I did. I decided I wanted to wipe it out and start from scratch. So I disassembled it, and then I wanted to think more about what I was going to do to redo it. And then it was it was like a while before I actually felt like going back to do anything with it. Which sucks because I still haven't really repopulated it. I know how to get there. It takes me longer to get there now because I haven't practiced at it or anything. And that's really important. Self-hypnosis, I mean, once you really click it in, I imagine it's like the room. It's just going to be there, But like I said, I got sidetracked when I was still using a count to get there. So it's like I still use a count, but it's an absolute fact that you can program yourself and then with practice get past needing a count just by shifting a thought in a certain way that means, yes, I'm entering self-hypnosis now. Boom, you're there. That also goes for, self-hypnosis, altered state of reality, whatever you want to term it. There's different levels. For example, if you were going to read tarot cards, if that was your thing, then clicking in to an altered state of consciousness would very easily help you in your reading. Or if you were going to focus during an exam, clicking in to that altered state of consciousness would very easily help you access the information that you're looking for. Also, when it comes to that, if you study while you're in an altered state, you've decided, okay, I'm going to study, and I know that if I study in an altered state of consciousness, called hypnosis, that I'll have greater retention. I'll just remember everything because your subconscious filing system, it's always available. It's just always there. And if you're studying while in a state of hypnosis, And then when you take your exam, you re-enter that state of hypnosis. It's kind of like the room I was talking about. It's like in your regular conscious waking state, you might not remember anything about what you were studying. But then you sit down for that exam, you re-enter the state. It's like that room. I had no conscious awareness of what was in that room. And yet when I entered it in that state of hypnosis, boom, it was all there, totally populated. That's how that can be used for studying. Sit down for the exam, re-enter the hypnotic state, boom, it's all there. Quick, simple, and easy. And do people use this for studying and exams and so on and so forth? You bet they do. Yeah, that's just a fact. That's one of those not even a far out fringe event kind of thing. It's just, for those who are aware of it, it's definitely there. So I wanted to share that with you.